is a lot of characters to go through. Oh boy. Hello YouTube and welcome back to Castle of Random. It's your boy, Random, and welcome back to another video where we discuss Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Now, I'm sure by now you've seen the trailer about this game, and if you haven't, do check it out because, come on, this game is just awesome and really something that I think is going to be revolutionary coming into 2026, since it seems like this is the game or the year for tag team fighting games, or also overall fighting games. They're getting a huge love and appreciation, it seems. Also, if you notice from the footage, we only have few characters confirmed so far, which are Star-Lord, Ghost Rider, Captain America, Doctor Doom, Iron Man, Storm, and if I'm missing somebody, there are 8 characters in total. I'm sure you can Google if I'm missing somebody at the moment, but yeah. And Spider-Man, of course, and Miss Marvel. There we go, finally. We got those two. So, now the question pending is, which characters would I add in this game given the playstyle that it has? Now, we'll discuss that right in a second. So, as you can see, what we did here is basically very simple. We found this, where there's like a bunch of characters, this website, and because we want to see some images, so we're just gonna basically discuss who I would add to Marvel Tokon and why would I add them. Considering the Marvel roster can be incredibly big, we already have 8 characters. Now, I'm not sure like how big they are planning the game to be, or what would be the maximum amount of characters, because 100 plus would be way too much. But if they already have 8, we'll try to get at least 12 other characters so we can make it an even 20. So we're gonna discuss the 12 characters that we would add in Marvel Rivals Tokon, aside from the ones that we already have, since Spider-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man are already there, and Storm and a bunch of others. Of course, I think a Marvel game wouldn't be a Marvel game without Wolverine, because it's an iconic character. He's been in Marvel vs. Capcom, he is in Marvel Rivals. In a lot of games, you can't have the Marvel game without Wolverine being there, considering that, like I said, he's one of the most known characters from the Marvel Rivals universe, and of course he deserves a spot, and he's already has a lot of blueprint in the fighting games, so come on. It's an obvious choice. Now, if they want to go for something else, that would be a completely different thing, but yeah, it's up to them. But Wolverine is the first character that we would add. Then, if we just scroll a little bit down, Cyclops, another one. He's been in a lot of old games like X-Men Atomic Children. He's been in Marvel vs. Capcom, a bunch of fighting games, as you know. I mean, it's Cyclops. What else would you want? Come on. He's been in so many stuff, and he's just Cyclops, man. Why wouldn't you add him? And it's a cool character. It's always been a cool character. Now, Iceman. It's gonna be very hard to pick, man, from all these characters now, because there's so much to choose from, bro. Like Professor X, Colossus, Angel, Nightcrawler. Oh my god, bro. It's gonna be a lot. But we'll try our best. And already the X-Men are like filling a lot of the stuff. I mean, Iceman for now, you know what? As much as I love Iceman, I would pass on him right now, but we'll come back to it in case we don't find anything else. So far we only have 2 characters, so 10 people are left. So it's gonna be very hard to pick who the remaining 3 are. The same thing I would say for Nightcrawler. It's a good character that I could potentially add, but for now I'll just let him be. Also, I'll skip on the Fantastic Four. So far, Rogue might be an interesting addition to the fighting, of course. My only reasoning would be what characters I've seen, and you know what characters I've seen, but I'm not so happy. I mean, I'm not too hyped with them, and I might just kind of scrape them, because Magneto is one of those characters. I like Magneto, but I've seen him in fighting games, and just it doesn't really excite me as much as other characters. I know the Hulk is the same thing, so it's kind of the same thought process, but yeah, Gambit. Okay, this is gonna be our 10th character, or the 3rd character. Gambit. I would definitely love Gambit. He's super underrated. We also seen him in fighting games, but super underrated, deserves a lot more love than he's getting. Interesting set of abilities that can be played there with the cards and the power-ups. I mean, come on. Just Gambit would be definitely a good choice for this game. For sure. And we only have 777 pages to go. Okay, the other one that I'm gonna be adding is Nick Fury, actually. I know, weird. right? But yeah, I think Nick Fury would be also a great addition because it's been I don't know if we've had a Nick Fury in any fighting game so far, but I think a Nick Fury would be an interesting asset because he's gonna be like the gunman. You know, he's been in the Avengers movies, he's been in here and there, but I think Nick Fury would be an interesting addition. Now, if we try to go a little bit out of our comfort zone, I would say we already have Cable, we've had Vision. Of course, our next character will be none other than Deadpool. Of course, come on. Deadpool, you must have him. I mean, it's only natural that you have him because why wouldn't you have the merc with a mouth in a game like that? Especially since you already have Spider-Man, you would have great interactions in between cutscenes, between fighting rounds, and I mean, come on, it's the obvious choice. Deadpool is the one person that he's been also in fighting games. He has been in Marvel vs. Capcom as well and has a great lineage, very memorable, recognizable, and could have absolutely amazing moveset. Come on. So that's gonna be our fourth character. Now we're down to 8. Sorry, my math isn't working. Now, I'm very split here. This lineup because it's very crazy. I mean, we have Magic, which I just learned from Marvel Rivals, but she seems interesting. We have Black Panther, which I think also would be a great addition. But the one that I would actually add and I think would be interesting is Quicksilver. Now, why would I add Quicksilver? I mean, we all know that scene from that movie, which I forgot what the name was, from X-Men, where the pause scene. Again, I'm not gonna add it because this video is gonna be copyrighted if it's added. Why Quicksilver? I do not have an instance in a Marvel Rivals fighting game where we would have Speedster, sort of say, to be in the roster. We have the Flash, who has been in Injustice 2, in Injustice 1. We have Cabal, kind of like a Speedster, which uses speed moves in Mortal Kombat. But Marvel Rivals, Marvel Rivals, I'm too much invested in Marvel Rivals. But a Marvel game, at least in my opinion or my memory, haven't really had a Speedster added to the roster to fight. I would definitely add Quicksilver and as an addition to that fighting game because I think it's gonna be great addition to that. So that leaves us with 7 more. And now we're moving to man, there's a lot of characters that I know, I don't know, and Venom. I mean, Venom, what else do I say? If you add Spider-Man, you gotta kind of have to add the Venom. I mean, iconic character, has been in a lot of fighting games. I really don't have to talk about anything about Venom, but you kind of have to add the Venom. If you have Doctor Doom and a bigger character, then you have to add Venom. Hulk I can live without, but Venom definitely gotta be added. So now we're down to the final 6 and we have a lot more characters to go through. Now I'll try to go for something that's a bit more unconventional. And speaking of unconventional, Silver Surfer. Yes, I would add Silver Surfer to Marvel Tokon. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think you could have like some... Now I don't really remember what Silver Surfer powers were, but you know, you can do it kind of with something with levitation. I mean, I think it's an interesting character overall. You can't miss with Silver Surfer, although he's not very well known in the Marvel Rival. What am I talking about Marvel Rival so much? Although he's not well known in the Marvel overall community, like he's not the most prominent character, he's definitely a cool character in design, in look, and in everything. It's kind of like Iceman, but a bit cooler and more overpowered. Or also, what I can add is, if they don't really want to go with the older route, you know, the classic stuff, you can add X-23 as a substitution for Wolverine, as like the newer generation, they can go that route, but I don't know how good that would reflect. So now we're down to the remaining 5. Iron Fist. Oh, Iron Fist is a character that has grown on me in recent times because I'm playing Marvel Rivals, but I don't know if I mean, it's a fighting game. Like, why wouldn't you add the guy that's doing the punches in the fighting game? But for now, I kind of want to put him just as a maybe. For now, I think I'm just gonna leave him as a maybe, because there's a lot more characters that I could add, but Iron Fist can be just a maybe. Bucky Barnes or the Winter Soldier. I think he's also one of those characters that I would put in the maybe category, because he's also very good, but I don't know if I would add him completely. I'm more so torn for Iron Fist, because if we add Nick Fury but not add Winter Soldier as well, I think it's gonna be a bit too much. And the only reason why I wouldn't add Winter Soldier is because I think we already had like a Winter Soldier debut in a fighting game, but I think that spot can be interchangeable. For Nick Fury, we'll backtrack a little bit and we can add either Nick Fury or Bucky Barnes or Winter Soldier in that position. So either of them would be fine. So I would put them as like a one person in that regard. So now we're down still to 5, right? I think we're down to 5. Yeah, still top 5. Another character that I would add. Here it is, Sandman. I know, interesting, right? Not a lot of comic appearances compared to other characters. Definitely not the most popular ones. But Sandman in a game, I think it would go hard, especially in Marvel Tokon. I think he would fit perfectly in that game. I don't know why, but I only remember Sandman from that movie in Spider-Man. Like, I think it was the second movie in the trilogy, you know, the original one with Tobey Maguire. But yeah, I think Sandman would be actually a fucking great addition. I don't know why. Something about him just tells me that he is the good character to be picked. Again, this is only me going off, you know, me liking the character, so don't take this too much into consideration or too personal. Shang-Chi. Also interesting character in recent times, but he could be interchangeable with Iron Fist. Like, either one or the other could be added, potentially. I think so. Yeah, one or the other I would be fine with. And of course, the more we go down, I think we're gonna be finding even less and less, you know, people likely that we're gonna be added. Craven. I don't think I would add Craven. So for now, we're just gonna kind of skip him. I mean, Miss Marvel is added with 932. We have her. So who am I to judge? Like, maybe we'll find some gold over there. And Star-Lord, of course, he's also added. I forgot. Okay, so there's still hope. Never mind. I mean, we have Ares and Blade. I don't know who Ares is. I guess he's like an incarnation of like Ares, the god of war in Greek mythology. But, I think I could add him or Blade. I think either would be good. But just for the sake of it, because I know Blade as a character rather than Ares, I would add Blade. Also, Blade, I don't think he's been in a fighting game before, so I think Blade would also actually fit very nicely. So Blade takes the 4th or the 8th position, so we're down to 3. Now for the last 3 people I would add. Oh boy. Omega Red, yes, I know him. Carnage. Taskmaster. I mean, we already have like a shooting character, but I don't know if Taskmaster, I would add him too much. Like, I don't want to fill the whole game with just shooting characters with guns. Okay, because we've kind of went back and went like a lot of pages and people started becoming somebody that I have no idea who they are. So we're gonna read off the 3 people that I want to add, I think, for the last. Now, instead of Thor, I know, hear me out. Instead of Thor being added to a fighting game, I would much rather add Odin instead of Thor. We could add Thor maybe later on, but in this type of character, I think Odin would be an interesting addition to the team because, again, unconventional. Have some of the classics one, but have somebody like unexpected as well. I think Odin would be one of those characters. So the third one from the last that we're gonna add is Odin. Iceman, as I said, Iceman gotta be added, man. After careful consideration and thinking a bit more, I think Iceman definitely deserves that position. But also, Mr. Fantastic could be a great addition as well. I'm just not sure, man. Just not sure. I think either would be fine, honestly. I'm kind of split. So, okay, we're gonna do a split, like a decision. Again, Iceman or Mr. Fantastic. Either is fine. Happy with it. And, of course, for the last one, it's gonna be none other than... Oh, actually, Dr. Octopus. I'd never seen him. Okay, he's also a maybe. Remember, I didn't see him, but also maybe. Him or the Green Goblin. Or Norman Osborn in this case. But also great character to be added. But the one that I'm gonna add last is Iron Fist. You can't have a fighting game without a guy who's throwing punches for a living. So, that's absolutely the end of the characters that I would add. So... I can't rattle them off now from memory. I don't know who I said and who I didn't. But hopefully you remember and I remembered throughout this video. But yeah, those are the characters that I would add in Marvel Rivals Tokon. Well, that's gonna be the end for this video. I mean, yeah, I know it's a bit of a different video than I usually do. It's just me kind of yapping on and giving you my thoughts, which is fairly often, but not so in this type of manner. But hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed recording it. Let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts about which characters would you add to Marvel Rivals Tokon. Like, who would you like to see? And if you have a list, do share that in the comments below, because I'm interested to see your thought process behind what characters you would add. Also, we're on the road to 200 subscribers, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the subscribe button down below, as it is very much helpful to our cause. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, till next time, I guess.